Ladies and gentlemen, while we remain standing, I'd ask that the members of our bands and choruses please make your way to the stage. At this time, we'd also ask everybody to silence their electronic devices. What about me? Ladies and gentlemen, momentarily, our bands and choruses will play a selection of 3 songs: National Anthem, America the Beautiful, and Battle Hymn of the Republic. I'd ask that you remain standing and remove your hats. You don't have to. While we play these songs. But before we play, I'd like to ask you to join me in a moment of silence. This past week, the Clarkston community and Clarkston Community Schools lost one of our own in a tragic and senseless event. Lindsay Eaton-Maudie was a 2003 graduate of Clarkston High School and was currently employed at Bailey Lake Elementary. Our hearts go out to her family and her children. Please join me in a moment of silence in her memory. Thank you. Mr. Peterson?
Stripes and bright stars through
Graduating members of the band and chorus, you may now take your seats. Ladies and gentlemen, while the students are sitting down, let's have one more round of applause for those great performers. If that doesn't make you proud to be an American, I don't know what does. Welcome, everybody, to the Class of 2015 Commencement Ceremony. I'd like to welcome students, parents, family members, community members, the Board of Education, administrators, teachers, and staff members, and of course, the Class of 2015. Commencement is more than simply an annual event, particularly in our town of Clarkston. It's a moment shared between faculty, families, students, in a setting that is special and unique to our community. It's a time when the school and the community come together for a rite of passage that's filled with pride of achievement and a sense of nostalgia. This year's senior class has handled themselves with a dignity and maturity rarely seen from high school students. And for that, I personally would like to thank each and every one of you. Thank you for this year, guys. At this time, I'd like to introduce one of your own, Angie Kerr from the Senior Executive Board, who will introduce our Board of Education. Angie.
The Board of Education members include President Steve Heyer, Vice President Susan Boatman, Treasurer Elizabeth Egan, Secretary Craig Hamilton, Trustee Cheryl McGinns, Trustee Kelly Horst, and Trustee Gregory Need.
Also on stage with us this evening, we've got Dr. Rod Rock. Mr. Jeff Kosen, Assistant Principal, Clarkston High School. Mr. Joshua LeMay, Assistant Principal, Clarkston High School. Music Director, Mike Lewis. Choral Director, Mike Peterson. CHS teacher, representing a vote from our senior class to give an address this evening, John Webster. And the student speaker this evening, Miss Mackenzie Suarez. I would be remiss in my duties if I didn't congratulate and thank two lovely ladies over here. The event planners, Miss Denise Hill, why don't you stand up and take a bow? And Miss Judy Goodman. And Hannah Laura Ruprecht, the lady that takes care of all of our cap and gown needs. Where are you? There she is. And this evening I'll be your host. My name's Gary Call, and I'm the principal of Clarkston High School. At this time, I'd also like to collectively introduce the teachers, administrators, and representation from our PTA and central office that have joined us this evening. Stand up and take a bow, if you will, ladies and gentlemen. Every school in the district represented here. And now I'd like to introduce two young ladies who are very special to this senior class. The senior class sponsors, Miss Eleanor Hallman, Miss Danielle Melcher, and we'd also like to call up the executive board. Don't hold your applause, give it up. Give it up. These ladies have worked hard on your behalf.
It is with proud hearts that we wish the class of 2015 a sincere congratulations on your graduation day. All your dreams can come true if you have the courage to pursue them. May you always keep learning, growing, and realizing the best in yourself. Throughout the course of this school year, we have had the pleasure of working with this executive board. The members have worked very hard to make sure that you had the best senior year. At this time, we would like to introduce them to you. Monica Auger, Tyler Dunn, Mackenzie Hannon, Taylor Kanagowski, Angie Kerr, Nicholas Lee, Corrine Lowe's, Jenny Lussenhop, Carrie Ann Piazza, Kara Pikinen, Cameron Razdar, Michaela Smith, and Michaela Toomey. You did it. Now they will read a reflection of the years, starting with freshman year.
First things first, I'm the realist. Freshman year, it was the start of our high school career without actually being the lowest on the totem pole. We believed we were the best of the best, and nothing could stop us. We thought we were a force to be reckoned with. This year holds different memories for each of us. For some, it's memories of the bus to and from the high school for CSM Tech, sports, or the performing arts. For others, this year is remembered by the yoga pants banning and the repercussions of being caught under Mrs. Blevins' watchful hawk eye. As we gather together one last time, we can all agree some of these memories of our freshman year are cringeworthy, to say the least.
We can all remember the incessant repetition of Carly Rae Jepsen's Call Me Maybe and Rebecca Black's Friday, which both stayed popular way longer than they should have. The girls loaded themselves down with every possible Vera Bradley product, while the guys tried to play it cool with their inevitable voice cracks. But through all the fads and the trends, we managed to keep our heads held high with dreams of graduation.
Now we're here, the class of 2015. Senior year seemed a long way off, but we survived. Through all the voice cracks, crazy fads, and our first year of high school classes, we survived everything life threw at us, and we couldn't wait to join the upperclassmen in the high school for sophomore year, even though going to the high school meant we were the lowest on the totem pole.
Sophomore year was our last and very anticipated change of schools. We finally reached the high school. It was the last time that we were the smallest in the school, and it was the last time for most of us to be significantly awkward in life. Not only did we act new, but we looked new to the school as everyone towered over us. But in our closed-off 10th grade bubble, little did we know what we were all actually capable of achieving.
Sophomore year, we reached the first of many milestones, and for us, it was getting our driver's license. We were the ones in the parking lot messing up the traffic flow and deciding whether or not we should break curfew. But also, part of this new school, we could go to football games and support our school, not feeling like intruders. Other accomplishments that year were the girls' tennis team winning their state championships, and we continued the quest and support of Ryan Kennedy and his family that has become so prominent in our community. One step closer to senior year, sophomore year was full of expectations, growth, first experiences, and excitement for the next 2 years at the high school.
It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. It was junior year, the year we became legendary. The all-encompassing word that seemed to define our junior year was stress. Whether the stress be from our first year in either AP or IB courses, anticipation about the ACT, or the beginning of college searches, we all seemed to have a mutual agreement that this year was not easy. Despite the difficulty, outstanding things happened for CHS that year. Our varsity football team proved to be the best in state, and not to mention Team Rush taking part in the world competition and obtaining significant notoriety.
Although we were faced with many stressors, we not only triumphed but flourished in the face of new friendship and experiences. The bittersweet taste of senior year wasn't yet in our mouths as we plunged into the unknown world of adventure and knowledge. The jarring realities of senior year had not yet encompassed us as we continued our trek of enjoying every moment and soaking up all Clarkson had to offer us and more. Without a destination in mind, we continued to wander together as we made lifelong memories and headed enthusiastically into our senior year.
None of us could have predicted how outstanding our senior year would be. Although the switch from trimesters to semesters was difficult for some, and the college application process was tedious and tiresome, senior year will be remembered for how extraordinary the class of 2015 it truly is. Just to name a few accomplishments, Cameron Rasdar.
First, a group of students successfully organized and housed their very own TEDx conference with speakers from all over Michigan. The Symphonic Wind Ensemble played their debut performance in New York on the Carnegie Hall stage. The Drama Club put on a fantastic performance of Bye Bye Birdie, and the football team became back-to-back state champions. To finish off a great year, we danced the night away at the best prom ever with the first ever balloon drop in Clarkson High School history. It's pretty awesome. Now, as we end this chapter of our lives, moving on to the next, we will follow different paths and we'll end up in different places. But as we follow these different paths, one thing will remain the same: the pack we come from. Go Clarkson.
Nobody can hear you. Thank you, members of the executive board, for that trip down memory lane. I think we all heard that. At this time, I'd like to introduce somebody who's on the stage with us. Clarkston High School has what I think is a pretty unique tradition of having students try out to give an address to their classmates. This year we had 18 students present speeches. They were carefully read by a panel of teachers. They went through 2 very, very rigorous readings. And the student selected this year, who I would like to invite up to the podium at this time, is Mackenzie Suarez. As Mackenzie is grabbing her speech, I will take some time for her to get back. Mackenzie Suarez.
Around 13 years ago, we began to dream of what it would be like to be where we are today. We dreamt that our tiny hands could someday hold the future that we are living right here in this moment. A future that seemed so far away, so distant, but yet we continued to dream of what it would be like to be us, our present selves. The cap and gown you wear today isn't just a symbol of success, but yet it is a badge of honor. It is living proof that dreams do come true, and that as the Clarkston High School class of 2015, we have become everything we could have ever dreamt of being. A legacy, a hand-me-down from your predecessor, including all the yous that have existed prior to now, yourself. As we sit here today, we are one, we are connected, and we are not just classmates. We are a wolf pack, more than 600 strong, and within Clarkston's city limit, we have created something to be proud of. Together, we have given Clarkston something more valuable than memories, more impressive than a high GPA, and dare I say, more important than a state title. We have given them our legacy, one filled with what it means to love, not just ourselves, but our community, what it means to be strong and successful. But most importantly, we have shown our peers what it means to live, not just exist. I believe our legacy will be defined by the accomplishments and fearless nature by which we have repeatedly proven in our actions. Together, we have assisted in writing each other's narratives, tightly bound by memories that have kept us together for something close to 18 years. And today, this narrative is being split, and a piece is given to each and every one of us as we walk across this stage. We will be handed a diploma that embodies all of the experiences that have led us here today. These experiences have created the legacy we are leaving behind as we walk into the new future that awaits us. One that started with tiny blocks and coloring pages, the milestone of tying our shoes and saying the alphabet, and aside from the separate lives we've lived, we have made it here, united, celebrating the first steps we never stopped taking. Walt Disney once said, "We keep moving forward, opening new doors and doing new things, because we're curious, and curiosity keeps leading us down new paths." Just as our innocent minds once dreamt of today, we once again begin to dream of the future, who our present selves will soon grow into. As the graduating class of 2015, we leave behind a legacy that symbolizes everything we have become, not only what our parents, grandparents, and teachers have taught us, but what we have taught each other. Together, we have made mistakes, seen each other fail, and have struggled. But today, we come together to wish our fellow classmates the best, as we begin to open new doors and walk with pride into a new chapter of our lives, one that both begins and ends in success. So the question may seem, what will be your legacy? Not just today, but as we continue to leave our marks from here on out. Will you become the hero you have always dreamt of being? And I stand here to contest that you will and you can. Because all these words cut deep, exposing something that we all here have in common, the blood of a Clarkston wolf. And I have noticed that we don't ever give up in Clarkston. We do quite the opposite. We win back to back. Just as we leave our legacy in Clarkston, this town has left its mark on us, helping form who we are today. It has been anonymously quoted, "Cherish your yesterdays, dream your tomorrows, and live your todays." Just as our legacy will forever live on here, we mustn't forget the lessons we have learned in Clarkston. This city has aided us in the process of becoming ourselves, and this is truly something for which we never will be as grateful as we should be. I ask you to look to the people beside you and to thank them, because as much as we try to deny it, they are the reason we are who we are. Around 13 years ago, we began to dream of what it would be like to be where we are today. Together, we have made our dreams come true. And today, we dream that our hands may never stop being able to reach into our futures, ready to grasp our next experiences. Eleanor Roosevelt had said, "The purpose of life, after all, is to live it, to taste experience to the utmost, to reach out eagerly and without fear for newer and richer experience." My legacy, your legacy, our legacy is and will always be something Clarkston will cherish. We will forever be a pack of wolves, and as the class of 2015, our legacy is ourselves. Thank you.
Thank you.
Can I grab my water and stuff?
She nailed it. Never a doubt. As Mackenzie makes her way back to her seat, I'd like to introduce the Superintendent of Clarkston Community Schools, a man who is committed to students in our community and somebody who is truly dedicated and passionate about enhancing the opportunities our students have to think and learn. Dr. Rock, if you would be so bold, the podium is yours.
Thank you very much, Mr. Call. Can't tell you what an honor it is for me to be able to share a few words with you today. Before I begin, I want to recognize the contributions of Mr. Bruce Martin, who has served as principal of Andersonville Elementary for the past 12 years. Mr. Martin is moving on to become the superintendent of the Millington Community Schools. And I want to thank you, Mr. Martin, for all our Eagles out there, for all that you've contributed. I want to wish you the very best. So as part of my short speech, it's my responsibility at DTE to play a little bit of rock and roll. Oh, now come on, let's get something started. Yeah, come on, let's start something now. We're gonna rock this country. We're gonna rock. Okay. Since David Letterman has recently retired, I decided to pay tribute to him as part of my graduation speech. And naturally, I didn't attend rehearsal, so I'm not sure how well this is going to go. So here it is. I've figured out the meaning of life. Are you ready? Figure out who you are and how you want to feel, and fight like crazy every day to be that person and to feel that way. Thank you very much. Thank you all. Thank you. Could you cue up our other microphone, please? You got it? Try it again.
Daddy, stop. Are you kidding me? You're at DTE for the CHS graduation. You have all these amazingly talented kids in attendance, and your speech is a tribute to David Letterman? Please, they're going to fall asleep. Do something memorable.
Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, it's my daughter, Haley Rock. Haley, you're not the superintendent. Why are you here interrupting my speech?
Give it a rest, Daddy. Talk to the audience about these amazing graduates and let the kids perform. This is DTE. We are supposed to rock. Here's an example. Seniors Aaron Roberts and Tommy Hickey joined juniors Sam Mead, Mitch Biggs, and Luke Hodgson as 4th and 3rd graders to form the band Samuel A. Thomas. They played at this year's Poetry Slam, and they're much better than Shania Twain. 1, 2, 3, here we go.
All right, guys, as they said, we're Samuel A. Thomas featuring Luke and Mitch, who hopped on the bandwagon last second, but we're happy to have them here. This is a song called Home by Dan Kroll. I've forgotten how it feels with the carpet under my seat. It's the polyester fibers that wrap around my feet. Feels like home. Home. When the cold shakes my bones, it's the rug that warms my soul. It's the textile to the skin, and the sensation alone feels like home. Home. So if you ever come round to my house, take your shoes off at the door, 'cause it's impolite not to. You'll be damaging my floor, 'cause it's my home. When you're down, you're alone. It's the train that brings you home. And your mother, brother, sister, father waiting at the door. It's so sweet, sweet. Makes me glad I'm only a stone's throw away. Makes me sad that others can't have it the same way. It's unlikely that you'll find a home so tidy compared to what it's like living like a city type. If you ever come round to my house, take your shoes off at the door. 'Cause it's impolite not to. You'll be damaging my floor. It's mine. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Haley. They were ultra impressive, and I want to thank you for interrupting my speech so that they could play. Aaron is going to go on to study nursing at MSU, and Tommy's headed to Northern Michigan to study social work. And Haley, you're right, we should celebrate the accomplishments of our young people. Could you stand down at the end of that tape measure for me? How about Merritt, Canada, Haley? This past track season, He jumped almost 23 feet. That's a long jump. And he's going to play football at Hillsdale next year.
I am impressed. That's a long, long jump. What about Cam Razdar and Tyler Dunn? They started Clarkston Help, a tutoring program for younger kids, on Sunday nights at the middle school. They pitched this idea for a year or so and then received community grants to make it work. It's a program that'll continue after they leave for U of M.
Here are a few more, Haley. Brendan Graham is playing for the Division I State Championship in golf this coming weekend. He's going to MSU to study packaging engineering. And Alex Dice, also known as the Dice Man, is another member of the CHS golf team who's going to go on to play in college.
Daddy, do you know about Peter Gustafsson? He and his family spent a few years in Uzbekistan, where Peter attended an international school. He's going to the University of Wyoming to continue his studies. That's impressive.
Wow, Haley. Wow. That's amazing. Here are a few more. Liv Baker and her yearbook classmates put together an award-winning yearbook this year, and Liv's going to go study at Grand Valley. Cam Razdar was the Dean List awardee of FIRST Robotics last year. Rachel Frank is a competitive dancer who won a math award and will study at Oakland University. Matt Dargay has done exceptionally well with Destination Imagination along with his teammates. He was a National Merit Scholar, and he's going on to study, is it nuclear biology? Neuroscience, I'm sorry. Also, Gracie Pryor is an outstanding sketch artist who's going to continue to study in college. And Haley, I need to also mention Sarah Head, who started Sarah's Secret Closet several years ago. She took in donated clothing, and that program is spread to several of our schools. Sarah's going to continue and she's going to study business at Oakland University. And I should mention, Haley, she's also a marksman with a pistol, so don't mess with her.
You know, Daddy, Sarah's contributions are great, and I won't be messing with her. How about the TEDx Clarkston event that CHS students put together this year? That was amazing. Seniors from several Oakland County's high schools presented their thoughts on education and other topics. Clarkston's own Brendan Greenlee gave a talk on empathy. He's going to study political science at Miami University in Oxford, Ohio. He's here to share a piece of his talk.
We did it. We made it. We're done. Throw up our caps and freeze frame. The last act of our high school careers is upon us, and if teen angst movies have taught us anything, we're expected to be suspended forever in a tranquil moment of euphoria. The only problem is, those movies end there, with credits, like there's nothing good to show for after the event. And this is the commencement ceremony. The very definition of commencement is to begin or to start. And while this extraordinary moment will come and go, the connections that we made will form ripples that will define a generation. The most important thing to note is that going forward with these connections, connections in our minds create some empathy for one another in our souls. In a world where empathy is being viewed as an inefficiency or a roadblock to more important things, we cannot succumb to the status quo. Whether you were cheering in the jungle, snapping at poetry slams, or blowing minds at philosophy club, everyone in this school has connections and people to draw back on. We need to maintain these connections so we can utilize empathy to shift paradigms. We cannot appease emotions by continuing to sympathetically say, oh yeah, we should totally hang out this summer. And we cannot let ourselves down and wallow in the apathy of forgetting one another. So when you leave here today and prepare to go into that big, bad world, remember that it is no measure of success to be wealthy in an empathetically poor society. Thank you.
That was profound, Haley. Okay, Haley, we're running low on time, and I need to wrap up this speech before Mr. Call gives me the hook. Maybe it's too late for that already. So, Haley, Do you remember when you were in elementary school and I was your principal?
I do.
Cue Twinkle, Twinkle, Sam. Well, Hale, at the end of every year, I used to write each of our fourth grade students who were then moving on to the middle school a personal note. I wanted to communicate with them about how much I enjoyed knowing them, and I wanted to wish them the best for the future. Do you remember that, Haley?
I do remember, and I don't think you ever wrote me one of those notes, Daddy.
You're right, Haley. I didn't. I got busy that spring and I completely forgot, so here's a box with your note in it.
Thanks, Daddy. It's about time.
Haley, I feel quite badly that it took me 12 years to write you a note. In fact, I feel so badly, Haley, that I wrote each of our 624 high school graduates here today a note, each one of them, and I stuck it in on their diploma, which they'll pick up this week. When I told Mr. Call a year ago that I was interested in assigning each one of your diplomas individually, he talked me out of it. But this year I insisted. And when Mrs. Denise Hill brought the box of diplomas over to the central office for me to sign, I overheard her saying, "Here are these diplomas. Dr. Rock wants to sign each one." I don't know why he'd want to do that, but here they are. I don't think she knew I overheard her, but I did.
That's a lot of notes.
It is, Haley. And my shoulder, which is surgically reconstructed, is still sore from writing all those notes. But that's not all. I've procured a box. Do you still have that box? For each one of our graduates.
A box? Who wants a box?
Well, Hale, the box is a metaphor. Inside each box are 2 Post-it notes and a red thread. The red thread stands for connections. The connections that Clarkson has with you as graduates for a lifetime, and the connections that you have with one another. You grew up here, this is your town, and we will always remember you. We will always be connected, and that is so cool.
And the Post-it notes, the 1,248 Post-it notes, what are those for?
Well, Hale, I'm going to ask each one of our graduates to write on each Post-it note the title of his or her life story. That's what I want you to do. I want you to write the title of your life story. And then I want you to turn that in to me when you go to pick up your diploma. Okay? Do you hear me? I want you to write the title of your life story. You've accomplished so much already, and you get to keep writing and editing your story as your life goes on. You get to keep dreaming and dreaming. So I want to know the titles of this life story that you'll choose to write.
That's so cool.
I thought so, Haley, as I was sticking those 1,248 Post-it notes in little boxes. I want each of you to write that title on each note, give one to me as you pick up your diplomas, and keep one for yourself. And want each of you to leave a picture of yourself with me. I'm going to post those notes and pictures on the wall in the central office. I'm calling it the wall that matters. Because these kids right here, Haley, you see these 624 kids? They're all that matters. They're here. This is where they belong. This is their school and their community. And each one of them made a significant contribution. We'll always be connected.
Awesome, Daddy. You should also remind them to write their names on the notes so that you can identify the pictures with the notes. Don't forget that.
That's good thinking. Don't forget to write your name on the notes. And there's one last thing I want to say, Hale, before we're done with our speech. The box is also a metaphor. It's filled with agency, which means power. Each of our students has worked extremely hard to build up a sense of agency. They are the authors and agents of their own lives. They'll face challenges throughout life as they write their stories, and they absolutely have what it takes to meet those challenges. You have the power.
Yes, they do, Daddy, for sure.
And I hope that these graduates will place their box on a shelf in their dorm room or their apartment or wherever life takes them. Like when Andrew Myers, who will play hoops for Madonna University next year, when he stepped up and hit that huge three-point shot against University of Detroit Jesuit, or when Madeline Mayday, who's headed to Emory University in Atlanta, her and her teammates are pursuing a state championship in softball in the coming weeks, right? And I want our graduates to notice those big moments. I want them to seize them and embrace them, accept those challenges. And whenever they aren't sure about a challenge they face, I want them to take a look at that box and remember that they are connected to thousands of people in Clarkston, and we believe in you. We know what you can do, that whatever you dream, it can become a possibility, and that your hopes and dreams will become your life stories. I want you to know that we love you and that we believe in you, and you're going to continue to do great things.
A box of agency, so cool. What a great idea. It's much better than your David Letterman tribute or your big word snow day announcements on Twitter. I knew you could do better.
Thanks, Haley. Okay, I need you to cut off Twinkle Twinkle, Sam. That was really nice job. Okay, Haley and I are finally going to finish this epic speech. I hope you'll remember it. So, taking us out today, Haley, is our Clarkston High School drumline. Haley, they're impressive too. Did you know that our marching band has competed in the state championship for 29 out of 30 years, Haley? Did you know that?
I did not know that.
And every time I hear them play, I'm going to think about our back-to-back state football championships. Meredith Turner is the leader of the drumline. She's another great contributor to Clarkston. My thanks to the class of 2015 for letting me be part of your life. Let me tell you, you're special people, and I really love and admire each and every one of you. I wish you the best. Meredith?
Thank you, Dr. Rock. That is scarily reminiscent of what our staff meetings are like. And if we have any leftover red thread, perhaps we could use some to knit that unfortunate lady a sweater. She looked a little bit cold right there. Must have forgotten her gown. Just remember, when you do stuff like that, you're going to have to explain later to your grandparents what that is, and it's going to be a very uncomfortable conversation. This night's about life lessons. Good evening, everyone. I'd like to begin by going on record and saying, since I have been the principal of Clarkston High School, you are by far the most outstanding senior class I have ever had the privilege to work with. And I'm not just saying that. I am not just saying that. Now, I have to level with you. The first time I gave this address 5 years ago when I became principal, I said that, and it just knocked it out of the park. Great way to start. When I made that comment the past few years, it's kind of suspect whether I really meant it or not. But I am not lying when I say this is one of probably the best class. I'll go on record. I'm on record. I'm live streamed right now that I've had the opportunity to work with. So I personally want to thank you guys. The accomplishments that you folks here These are things that some high schools don't get in a decade, and students in this class have accomplished so much during their time at CHS, and particularly in the last year. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for showing the way, leading the way for those younger students. So thank you. Coming into this year, our faculty and staff knew we had a very special class of seniors to work with. We knew the class was connected to each other and our school in a unique way. As we rely heavily on the leadership of our seniors, we knew we were going to have a good year. Beginning in September, we sought to focus on positive connections your class had with each other and use them to attempt to enrich our school culture. We tried to form these connections, and this paid off because CHS had a tremendous year. During your time at CHS, your class has distinguished itself through the accomplishments and contributions each and every one of you have made. Some have been on a large scale, while others manifest themselves in the daily interactions you have with the community, our teachers, and with each other. To have witnessed you interact with these groups is to have seen a collective group of 624 individuals add positively to the fabric and spirit of our school community. I've seen teams celebrate league and state championships and seen heartbreaking defeats. I've seen students in our performing arts program win myriad awards and garner rousing applause at local, regional, state, and national levels. I've seen students in countless clubs and activities win awards at all levels while gaining the respect and admiration of their contemporaries. Maybe the most important thing for me is I have seen how you have treated each other with a collective respect and kindness that's been infectious. And this is a good kind of infection, one that doesn't need to be treated by a physician, but when left to spread, allows each person who comes in contact with you to grow and mature. The world needs more of what this senior class of kids has. This is a legacy that you will leave. For your legacy is not the achievements or accomplishments you've earned. It's what you leave for others in pursuit of success for others to learn from. It's the little things that you leave behind, the example you set for those who will come after you, the work ethic, dedication, attention to detail, kindness, spirit, passion, grit. This can happen in large and small ways. As you leave Clarkston, it's our collective wish that you keep this in mind, that your life is not defined by the awards you receive or the recognition you obtain, but rather those big and small contributions. For as you age, it's those little contributions which seem to mean the most. We wish for all of you to continue to grow into the person you want to be and that you're happy with that person. So class of 2015, you've left a legacy. And for that, on behalf of our school community, I thank you. This was the yes, okay, yeah, I should have paused. I had it written in there, and I went on, and I should have paused. This was the theme that was chosen for the student commencement address this year, and one I feel is very fitting. As we talk about a legacy, we went through the process to determine who from your class would provide the address. Many of your fellow classmates were bold enough to attempt to deliver the address, and I want to share some of the thoughts that they had. Dagny Kohler, Emily Zeismer talked about what a legacy is not. It's not a title, a trophy, a ring, or review, not the classes you took, your GPA, or the college you got into. Tyler Dunn, Sarah Flugel, Cam Rasdar discussed how we can equate the legacy we leave to our own personal histories, all we have done that makes us who we are today and who we will be in the future. Maddie DeClercq, Isaac Mansour, and Maddie Wilson eloquently described how a person's legacy is something that is passed down from one generation to the next. It's the character someone displays and the impact they make. It's the responsibility all should take on. Theodore Slangster, Taylor Kanagowski, James McTeague, and Caitlin Yaroch summed up their thoughts on legacy as the values you possess and live your life by, your words, your actions, and your deeds, and being brave enough when making decisions that will shape your future. Such wise words from such very thoughtful individuals. Best wishes from your CHS family. And graduates, on behalf of all of us, good luck in the future. At this time, I would like to invite to the podium a man that needs no introduction. He's a handsome man. He's a strong man. He's popular with the students. Some may know him as an exciting and energetic math and science teacher, while others may know him as the founding father of the Magic Club at Clarkston High School. This year's graduating class could not have voted for a better candidate. Mr. Webster, the podium is yours.
Yes! Where's CSM Tech? Where's Echem? One of you made it. Well, it's great to be standing here. You know, previous senior classes have selected people like Isley and Broski and Hagewood. But you guys made your decision solely on looks, and I appreciate that. Or maybe it's because when you were juniors, I led you to victory on the field of powder puff. It was looks? Okay. All right, I'm pumped. Okay, I'm pumped you're graduating. I'm happy for you, success, great, yep. But I'm really happy because you're about to join me in the suffering of adulthood. It sucks. I know you've been trying to get more and more responsibilities these last couple of years, but it's not worth it. I yearn for the days when my biggest responsibility was completing a math assignment or writing an English paper. Paying bills is awful. And I know you're thinking like, I pay my cell phone bill. That's cute. Here's an example of adulthood. Yesterday, releasing a bunch of crickets into a bathroom. Mildly funny senior prank. Today, criminal mischief, punishable by $500 penalty and 93 days in jail, according to mi.gov. Always cite your sources. Friends, the party's over, and I'm sorry. Okay. We're going to pretend we're in class now, and I'm about to talk about serious stuff, so I'd appreciate if you guys just pulled out your cell phones and zoned out. Graduating high school is one of the most significant milestones in your life. It marks your official entrance into adulthood. Our culture doesn't really perform rites of passage or ceremonies that transition you from one phase of your life into another, except in the case of commencement. Today's the day we say you're not a kid anymore. Today is the day you're the sole decider of your future. And that's what I want to talk to you about today, is becoming the person you want to be. Graduating high school is the best opportunity to shape yourself into that person that you want to be. When you go off to college, or even if you don't, you're going to have the ability to become whatever person you want, more so than ever before. There are no parents to make your choices for you. They're still there, they still love you, and they still care about you, and they'll still help you out if you need money. But no one will be there every day making sure you're doing what you're supposed to do. No one's telling you how to act or what you can or cannot do. It's just you. And this is the first time in your life that that's ever happened. The person you decide to be will determine every significant part of the rest of your life. It'll determine who your friends are, and not just who you want to be your friend, but who wants to be friends with you. It'll determine who you marry, which, by the way, is the most important decision of your life. You have to hang out with that person all the time. The person you are, I love you, Chelsea. The person you are will determine what kind of job you get and whether or not you can hold it. It determines your drive, your sense of self-worth, your goals, your ambitions, and your dreams. Everything that matters in your life is a reflection of who you are, and everything that will matter to you will depend on who you become. Now, I'm not in the business of telling you what you should or shouldn't like, what's important to you, or who you should be. But you are. You know what you want out of life. You know who you want to be. To get there, you need to be reflective and conscientious about the choices you're making. And I'm not just talking about the big ones like stay away from drugs and don't attack random people on the street, even though those are really important. Do yourself a favor and stay away from drugs, and do society a favor and don't attack random people on the street. I'm talking the more mundane, the more everyday things. I'm talking about how you treat other people. I'm talking about the attitude you start your day with. I'm talking about the thoughts in your head that you never say and the feelings in your heart. I want you to have a vision of your future and who you have to become to achieve this vision, because vision's the most important part of change. Here's an analogy to highlight that. Do you guys ever get hungry? I do. I don't stay that way. I don't understand the laughter, all right. Let's say you're making a pizza, and thank you, they got it, yeah. Let's say you're making a pizza, and the toppings on that pizza are analogous to the choices you're making in life. Without vision, without the sight to see the future, you might just throw on whatever toppings you feel like that day. Pepperoni today, maybe tomorrow pineapple, maybe olives and chocolate chips because you feel like sugar, and sour cream. Like the pizza would be a disaster, all right? It'd be an abomination, something you never want to eat. Well, if you're not cautious, that could be your life. Life where the choices you made took you to a place where you don't want to be, made you a person you don't like, and all because you didn't have a vision and you weren't reflective and thoughtful in your choices. I hope you don't think I'm preaching to you up here condescendingly like I have it figured out when I was sitting there. Like, I don't have it figured out. I'm still sitting there, still trying to figure this out. I'm still working towards my goals. You know, becoming the person you want to be isn't a bucket list, checklist item, like visit Spain or go skydiving, become the person you want to be. It's not like that. It's a life's work. Your parents are doing this. Your grandparents, they're still doing this. And if you want your dreams to come true, and they can, you need to have the vision of the person you want to be and the resolve to follow through. Because when it all comes down to it, your legacy, it's the person you are. I love you guys. Thanks for asking me to speak.
Thank you, Mr. Webster. And at this time, I will ask those who are sharing the stage with me to help in presenting our graduating seniors with their diplomas. Parents, get your cameras ready. You just stand up. quite. Just a, well, I guess it could be taken that way. At this time, we will begin to confer upon our seniors their high school diplomas.
Michael Thomas Abraham. Kimberly Lee Acton. Isabel Deanna Acton. Christopher Raymond Adair. Taylor Marie Adair. Caitlin Ann Calias. Brandon John Addis. Brooke Ashley Alari. Emma Elizabeth Alexander. Aya Elgahim. Jerisha Denise Allen. Jessica Marie Altini. Anna Jean Aluxic. Alexandria Mariana Anastasi. Christian Vincent Anderson. Rochelle Andes. Anthony Joseph Andre. Andrew James Keith Angus. Alme Bianca Dorfling. Robert Deshaun Bush. Catherine Ann Arnowski. Susan Elizabeth Arnold. Josephine Ryan Archuloni. Monica Jean Auger. Thomas Leo Auger. Bradley Thomas Austin. Andrew James Ostrens. Lauren Elise Benzinger. Paige Alexandria Bailey. Quentin Spiker. Maxwell Aaron Bain. Olivia Karen Baker. Justin Michael Barber. Kendrick Allen Barnes. Paige O'Connor Barnhart. Brendan Michael Barrow. Jade Silver Beauregard. Brendan Patrick Becker. Tyler John Beckman. Jennifer Nicole Beckmeyer. Liam Richard Bay. Kara Sophia Beefield. Austin Gerhard Bell. Donovan Trayvon Bell. Austin John Blount. Alan Cole Bendel. Jessica Renee Benedict. Gabrielle Lynn Bennett. Kyle Robert Bennett. Olivia Nicole Berard. Madeline May Berg. Ethan James Bethke. Daniel Joseph Billett. Ian Michael Bischoff. Thank you. Rachel Lorraine Biddick. David Thomas Nelson. Brianna Lynn Bitzer. Samantha Catherine Bitzer. Michaela Claire Blaska. Jeremy Andrew Blevins. Matthew John Bozar. Alicia Marie Bowling. Haley Alyssa Bondi. Joshua Michael Bonsheim. Charlotte Catherine Bohr. Krista Nicole Bowles. Alexandra Darlene Bradshear. Edward Brooks Bragg IV. Lucas Charles Brandell. Kathleen Marie Brewer. Tatiana Tia Brinker. Lauren Ray Brockman. Michael Alexander Broman. Alexandra Paige Brzezowski. John Carter Boston. Kelsey Renee Decker. Annabelle Caroline Blade. Rozelle Theodore Blanks, Jr. Zachary John Broderick. Riley Catherine Bazinski. Mackenzie Boyden Birch. Kira Elise Burhans. Chaz William Butler. Drew Edward Butterfield. Patrick Joseph Byrne. Elise Mackenzie Cameron. Scott Ryan Campbell. Merrick Kyle Canada. Thomas Marcelo Caputo Petiprin. Carly Ann Carter. Hannah Marie Cartier. Gabrielle Bell Caracello. Jacqueline Marie Casey. Alyssa Ann Champion. Sarah Megan Chandler. Emily Corrine Chartrand. Wedge Chang. Cole Randall Chewins. Rachel Nicole Christensen. Sean Raymond Christie. Sandra Grace Chapinski. Corey Ray Cicchini. Caitlin Michelle Clemens. Joshua Luke Cahoon. Alexis Monet Cole. Brandon Seth Collier. Anna Felice Conley.
Isabella Renee Ritchie Contreras. Zena Gabrielle H. Contreras. Colin Ross Coppersmith. Austin James Corbin. Raymond Roman Coyle IV. Sydney Salome Crandall. Brianna Christ. Jacob Daniel Crociata. Anne Marie Cross. Alicia Marie Curry. Sydney Marie Daigle. Robert Paul Dulka. Andrew Wallace Dalrymple. Matthew Michael Dargay. Rachel Nicole Darren. Jacob Aldi Dasuki. Erica Lindsay Davenport. Evan William David. Brandon Lewis Deathridge. Madeline Grace DeClerc. Joseph Michael DeFinis. Taylor Lisalette Dellinger. Derek Hunter Deloche. Emma Gabrielle Dembski. Sarah Joy Dio. Andrew Kent Deaver. Edward Lawrence DeWitt IV. Alexander Raymond Dice. Rebecca Ann Didion. Luke William Diffenderfer. Austin Columbus Dishman. Paul Daniel Dixon. Dakota James Dixon. Michael Edward Dodge. Lauren Nicole Dombrow. Kate Elizabeth Doty. Brandon William Douglas. Rebecca Lynn Draper. Alexander Joseph Dubray. Brian Joseph Dumas. Jacob Edward Dahl. Jacob Michael Green. Tyler James Dunn. Dan Mark Duendak. Haley Marie Dwyer. Austin David Egler. Alexandra Carol Eisenhart. Zachary Carlton Emery. Mackenzie Marie Epley. Alec Witt Azraelian. Grace Catherine Fallis. Evan Andrew Farrow. Megan Marie Farrell. Alexandra Marie Favaza. Christy Rose Faw. Delaney Nicole Fox. Danielle Nicole Fenton. Ethan Patrick Fenton. Kylie Aaron Fear. Dana Renee Farron. Robin Lynn Flood. Sarah Jane Flugel. Chandler Evan Ford. Natalie Rose Fortuna. John Michael Frank. Rachel Colette Frank. William Tyler Frank. Joshua Matthias Frankovich. Darby Joy Freeman. Megan Aaron French. Megan Marie Frick. Austin Zachary Fulmer. Kayla Marie Gabriel. Savannah Jade Gallardi. Corey Ronald Gardner. Stephen Zeblin Garner. Austin Michael Garza. McKenna Ann Garza. Megan Courtney Gasser. Erin Elisa Gates. Drake Joseph Gentili. Ali Jose Gamabadi. Andrew James Gibson. Mackenzie Rose Gibson. Caitlin Emily Gilbert. Caitlin Nicole Gilbert. Natalie Renee Gilbert. Sarah Pearl Gillay. Jacob Peter Giola. Hannah Morgan Gleiss. Stephanie Paige Gleiss. Kaylee Nicole Goodrich. William Edward Goodson. Grant Eric Gaddis. Brendan Ryan Graham. Lindsay Jane Graham. Jessica Elizabeth Gray. Kaylee Lynn Green. Brendan Thomas Greenlee. Anne Rose Gregor. Daniel Michael Groves. Brooke Elizabeth Groh. Alexie Siegfried Gruenberg. Alexander Ryan Griswack. Olivia Kelly Goulda. Kevin Guo. Peter Thomas Gustafson. Allison Rose Haas. Summer Nicole Hayden. Morgan Elaine Halligan. Mackenzie Jane Hannon. Ryan Anthony Hansen. Lucas Keith Hardy. Miranda Elizabeth Hartman. Austin James Hopstick.
Sarah Ann Head. Mitchell Jacob Hessel. Kayla Marie Hemmingson. Brooke Carolyn Henney. Jared Owen Hensel. Madison Marie Herbert. Keith Anthony Hernandez Moore II. Joseph Edward Heron. Thomas Joseph Hickey. Christina May Hill. Malcolm Alistair Hill. Veronica Bailey Hill. Anthony Michael Horder. Tessa Ann Hodges. Shane Jordan Holler. Jacob Philip Hollis. Nicole Renee Hollis. Amanda Burke Holt. Brooke Kramer Holtzlag. Holly Elizabeth Horner. Abigail Marie Howe. Aaron Michael Howell. Cameron Tobias Hoxie. Conrad Harbina. Jonathan Michael Hubrick McClennan. Kathleen Conway Hubrickson. Andrew Stewart Hudson. Brendan David Hughes. Courtney Hughes. Margaret Ann Hushin. Andrew David Hutton. Bradley Joseph Hyduck. Ryan Francis Hislop. Samantha Lee Irvin Withy. Nicholas Matthew Jarvis. Helen Rose Jeffers. Nathaniel Adam Jenkins. Zachary Earl Job. John Thomas Jokum. Lisbeth K. John. Jorgen Lars Johnson. Matthew Verl Johnson. Molly Marie Johnson. Richard Harold Johnson III. Kylie Alexis Johnston. Alec Patrick Jones. Elena Eve Jordan. Jordan Rewalt Joseph. Luca Carlo Yule. Caden Turner Camp. Taylor May Kanagowski. Christian Nazar Kier. Emily Helen Kelly. Zachary William Keltz. Alyssa LaShawn Kemp. Katie Marie Kemp. Susan Jane Kennedy. Taylor Ann Kennedy. Angie Christine Kerr. Sherelle Christine King. Gabrielle Chantel King. Ryan Wolfgang King. Courtney Nicole Kinney. Candace Jean Kitchen. James Richard Klein. Dagny Kohler. Cassidy Lauren Condrant. Lucas Nicholas Condillis. Jacob Sebastian Coons. Matthew Edward Corniss. Mitchell Scott Kislovich. Haley Melissa Crass. Caitlin Marie Kroll. Caitlin Marie Kuyawa. Hannah Elizabeth LaCroix. Trevor Mackenzie Lang. Devin Joseph Landry. Paul Isaac Laskowsko. Aaron Renee Lazone. Sabrina Marie Letty. Tyler Ashby Ledgerwood. Tanner Allen Lee. Becca Ray Leak. Amy Elizabeth Leuenhagen. Jacob Barnes Llewellyn. Tristan Matthew Lewis. Nicholas Lynn Lee. Alexandra Paige Lease. Jacob Kenneth Limbert. Shane Morris Lindquist. Lance Michael Linton. Travis David Lippincott. Kyle Michael Laseski. Zachary Steve Lahoski. Allison Patricia Locke. Ashley Ann Locker. Olivia Evan Locker. Samuel Joseph Longo. Thomas Allen Lowe. Andrea Elizabeth Lowell. Corinne Christine Lowe's. Andrew Stephen Lukenbach. Jennifer Christine Lussenhop. Caitlin Marie Lynn. Madeline Danielle Mayday. India Hope Medea. Emily Ann Malinowski. Jeanette Marie Cecilia Mellenquist. Isaac Churchill Mansour. Ross Aaron Mansour. Zachary William Marr. Anna Marissa Marchese. Michael Joseph Marion. Alexis Chantel Martin. Lauren Olivia Martin. J. Paul Mason II. Melissa Catherine Mistrangel. Dalton Allen Malloy. Adam Kirk Matich. Sarita Monique Matthews. Daria Catherine Matthews. Daniel James Matisse. Rebecca Amber Mauney. Nice job, congratulations. Joseph Robert McAllister. Caitlin Elizabeth McKay. Matthew David McClory. Mitchell Thomas McClellan. Cameron Michael McHugh. Katie Lynn McGee. Patrick Joseph McGinty. Alexis Christina McKay. Jack Belmont McKillop. Hunter Douglas McLaren. Joseph Matthew McClatcher. Hunter Michael McLean. Riley Lane McMichael. Sarah Elizabeth McMorrin. James Edward McTee. Megan Lauren McVeigh. Hannah Marie Meckie. Nicholas Melican. Parker Joy Menard. Brian Sapith Mendiola. Caitlin Marie Milano. Miguel George Milan. Bonnie Danielle Miller. Kevin James Miller. Haley May Maloney. Michael Anderson Miller. Samantha Ann Miller. Sydney Renee Miller. Bailey Renee Mitchell. Taylor Ann Monroe. Rafael Montez. Olivia Claire Montgomery. Byron Antonio Moore. Ethan James Moore. Emily Margaret Moreno. Nicholas Christopher Morgan. Tyler William Morgan. Neil Alexander Morrison. Sean Andrew Mueller. Teresa Lee Mullen. Taylor Janae Mullins. Anna Marie Mulvihill.
Ashley Ann Myatt. Creighton Sinjin Nakamoto. Tyler Thomas Neal. Jack Colin Neal. Andrew Grant Myers. Jonah Isaac Newblatt. Min Lee Nguyen. Nui Huang Nguyen. Shane Patrick Noble. Karina Ramirez. Truman Bennett Nolan. Andrew James Norman. Ryan Christopher Norton. Kirsten Leanne Novak. Austin Blake Ulrich. Natasha Ray Oldford. Taylor Oliver. Jordan Scott Oliverio. Chloe Lynn Olson Beaver. Zachary James Ort. Quinn Patrick Ottman. Zachary Michael Ozarzak. Donovan Joseph Owens. Michael David Packard. Maxwell Frederick Palisi. Jessica Lauren Parsons. Christopher Francis Paruk. Aaron Jacob Pastula. Haley Renee Paul. Megan Ray Pauley. Tyler Ray Pierce. Emily Ann Peck. Kylie Ann Peel. Amber Marie Peltier. Justin Todd Perry. Ashley Lynn Peters. Dennis William Peterson. Noah Eric Peterson. Bonnie Rachel Petkis. Hien Nam Do Pham. Phuc Phan. Caleb Michael Phillips. Cole Douglas Phillips. Carrie-Ann Lucine Piazza. Joshua Michael Pierce. Lindsay Ray Pike. Dane Anthony Papilla. Sarah Elizabeth Pobuda. Dalton Jared Pokley. Joseph Custer Pop. David Anton Pazawatz. Lauren Ashley Prisby. Mitchell Adam Prock. Alexandria Amber Preventure. Grace Christina Pryor. Michael Samuel Papillo. Kara Catherine Pikinen. Julia Grace Rambo. Cameron John Razdar. Noah Alexander Reeve. Megan Elise Reeves. Andrew Jeffrey Reed. Emma Elizabeth Riley. Brandon Ryan Rankowitz. Joshua Anthony Retford. Hannah Joy Ritchie. Aaron Edward Roberts. Kristen Omari Deshawn Robinson. Lucas Darrell Robinson. Aaron Diane Rodewald. Emmanuel Enrique Rodriguez. Lauren Maria Rodriguez. Diana Raquel Rodriguez Gutierrez. Janine Karina Romer. Andrew Bennington Rogers. Dane Jordan Rogers. Mitchell Gerard Rogowski. Rachel Ruby Rude. Rachel Marie Rooks. James Paul Rashevsky Jr. Alec Trenton Ross. Dylan Canary Ross. Robin Renee Kulis. Lindsay Nicole Runft. Jacob Michael Runyon. Evan Michael Rutenberg. Jillian J. Sanders. William Todd Scarlett. Amanda Bridget Schlau. Jonah Michael Schmuck. Brittany May Schooley. Blaze Paul Schumacher. Helena Marie Schutt. Sydney Ann Scott. Nicholas Andrew Scribner. Angela Margaret Sedano. Jack Sutton Selke. Justin Sawyer Selke. Grace Rain Semakowski. Gina Rebecca Setter. Jason Anthony Setting. Alexis Ann Shimon. Matthew James Sharkey. Victoria Jean Sharkey. Brendan Michael David Sharp. Joseph Richard Shefferly. Scott Ray Shelton Jr. Jamie Lynn Shepard. Levi Joseph Shipley. Brianna Marie Schulte. Benjamin Watson Sisinski. Hannah Mary Siegfried. Calvin Richard Seeloff. Mitchell Taylor Sinclair. Ashley K. Skaggs. Theodore Robert Slangster. Adam Robert Smart. Justin Edward Smart. Mitchell Frederick Smirka. Dylan Thomas Smith. Jacob Tyler Smith. Joshua Philip Smith. Michaela Lee Smith. Nicholas Justin Smith. Noah Mackenzie Smith. Luke David Smoger. Benjamin Gerald Snyder. Alexander Christopher Snyder. Mackenzie Rose Sowers. Caroline Suzanne Elizabeth Spiteman. David Stallman.
Elizabeth Catherine Starnes. Megan Jean Stelpflug. Charles Jurgen Steipert. Andrew Melvin Stewart. Nicholas Tyler Struby. Mackenzie Shea Suarez. Chase Michael Sullivan. Brittany Michelle Summers. Connor Ray Sunday. Shane Joseph Sundell. Kira Grace Suzak. Congratulations. You're all right. Riley Garrett Swimmer. Alexander Michael Tanelian. Kyle Addison Tanton. Mitchell Joseph Taylor. Rebecca Lynn Thompson. Sydney Aaron Tone. Roxana Lee Thornton. Jesse Red Tinson. James Donald Todd. Jonathan Scott Tonks. Jacob Harley Topham. Christopher William Turow. Heather May Terode. Zachary Aaron Toth. Blake Edward Townsend. Nicholas David Tozer. Garrett Anthony Tazi. Nicholas Evan Treese. Christopher John Trimmer. James Christopher Trombley. Lacelle Teresa Tungle. Michaela Ann Toomey. Chelsea Marie Turk. Congratulations. Meredith Irene Turner. Eric William Ulig. Allison Elizabeth Van Gundy. Garrett Van Avery. Paul Carroll Van Buskirk. Cole Jacob Vandenberg. Jake Robert Vanderhayden. Derek Watson Van Italy. Umberto Vidavi. Jake Hansen Velasek. Melkor Chung-Chi Vester. Rachel Marie Vieira. Shelby Marcine Vinke. Olivia May Voiles. Casimir Joseph Wakis. David Brian Wakefield. Eric Ronald Wakely. Taylor Elizabeth Walker. Dayton Jameson Wallace. Jenna Marie Walters. Joshua James Ward. Nicole Ann Waring. Alec Michael Walters. Stephen Allen Wager. Shelby Nicole Weiler. Ellen Marie Welch. Madeline Marie Wiegand. Brooklyn Marie Williams. Nice job. Centris Cortez William Jr. Andrew James Williamson. Katrina Marie Wilmont. Carrie Patrick Wilson. Jada Lee Wilson. Madison Jade Wilson. Nathan Ross Wilson. Luke Joshua Winkler. Bryce Adam Witherspoon. Jack William Witzke. Kiera Bryn Woodward. Thomas Joseph Wozniak. Jacob Kenneth Wright. Victoria Lynn Wyckoff. Alexander George Yamanoa. Caitlin Brooke Yarrow. Jacqueline Marie Yates. Erica Lynn Yellowshan. Jeffrey Allen Ilbasaker. Joshua David Zawatsky. Donovan Jared Zazula. Carter Michael Zielinski. Emily Nicole Ziesmer. Ryan James Zittel. Adam Philip Zelke.
Madrigals, please make your way to the stage.
Until we meet again, Sunshine warm upon your face. May the rain fall soft upon your face till then meet again. May God hold you in the palm of His
Thank you very much, Madrigals. And at this time, I'd like to ask a young man to come up and help us with the tassel ceremony. Just so happens to be number one in his class, Mr. Tyler Dunn.
I promise to keep this short and sweet because I have to go to the bathroom after this. Clarkston High School class of 2015. Please stand up. In a few seconds, I'm going to lead us in the turning of the tassel and finalize our graduation. But first, can we get one last cheer? Now follow after me. Grab your tassel, move it to the left, and let it fly on 3. 3, 2, 1. Congratulations, graduates. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for the class of 2015. At this time, I would like to ask the students to remain in their seats while the teachers make their way out. It's the least you can do. Teachers, please exit. Students, we would ask at this time, students, you're excused for the last time. Thanks everybody for coming tonight. Congratulations.